Live from the closet, it's Spooky Memphis.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Hi, how's everyone this evening? I ran into Alter Memphis earlier today, and let me tell you, he's talking all the talk about being the Pokemon Master, and all I'm there sitting there thinking, well, why don't you do any of those challenge runs that Memphis does, huh? I mean, you got the talk. Let's see you walk the walk. Am I right? Like, what's all the talking for? Come on. What are you doing? Hello everyone on YouTube, it's me, Spooky Memphis, back at you with the 100 Days of Yu-Gi-Oh! Where every day for 100 days we'll be dueling with different decks every single day. Today is the 83rd day and is also the second day of Goat Format Week, where we'll be dueling with different decks in the 2005 ban list selection. So we have ourselves a deck here today that we've seen once before on the channel. I think it was a year ago or so. It's called Clown Control, which is a deck focused around this monster here, the Dream Clown. And we're trying to keep it on the field as long as we can. And basically just changing its positions, every turn or so to allow us to destroy my opponent's monsters. It's very much a deck about controlling who has the monsters on the field. So we have our deck today, and we're going to show the combos and the wombos and the what do and what not do aspects of this deck. And we'll try to do it multiple people. If not, we'll just do a match of this deck just to show everything that this deck wants to do. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing today, everybody. And so if you want to know the whole deck profile, it will be at the end as always. And so please consider all the different buttons and the like button and things of that below if you enjoy Goat Format and you are interested in this deck. So but that's the introduction of this deck. It's all about Dream Clown. Let's go into the EDO Pro and show off this deck and see what the clown has to bring in. Alright everyone, it's time for our match of the day. I'm starting to see that not as many people play Goat Format as they used to, but it's okay. With a match duel, we can at least see, everything this deck wants to do as soon as I can. I would prefer to go first with this deck, so that's why I'm trying to win this. Okay, we'll get to go first. So let's see what we have for an opening hand. It's certainly an interesting hand. I don't have my clown yet, or a lot of the good cards, but that's okay. I'm going to start by activating the stumbling spell. This is really important for our deck, because any monster that gets summoned by whatever means will be changed to defense position while this card's on the field. So that's what we really want to have happen, especially when Dream Clown gets on the board. Let's see. Terraforming to get a field spell. Legendary. Oh, okay. Okay, I think I can see where this might be going. If he's playing Legendary Ocean, he must be playing a lot of big fish. I mean, he is called Lord Ocean, so I guess it makes sense. But we'll play Pot of Greed, and we're going to set Deslakota. This is a really good monster in this deck to just get me more draws and things. It's kind of like our own little draw engine in of itself. So we'll see where this is going to go. What is this? Target a spell on the opponent's grave. Oh, okay, so he can copy Pot of Greed. Okay. That's an interesting card. That's actually really cool. I don't think I've ever seen anyone play that in the GOAT format before, but that's cool. Alright, well, we're going to flip our Deslakuta. We're not going to negate our own summon because that would be kind of silly. But now Lakuta will draw me another card. And let's see. I'm going to go ahead and use his other effect to flip him face down again, because that's what I'd like to do. Then we're going to use Golem Sentry as well. Because that's going to return my opponent's monster to their hand. If this is, let me think. If this is like Magician of Faith or something, I'd rather him not get to keep it on the board for very long. So for now, this will be good. You know, I've got my Golem Sentry and my Lakuta prepared. And really, this is the idea of this deck, is to kind of control what's happening. I can start doing damage as soon as I get into my Dream Clown. Although I could attack with Exile before if I really needed to, so I might start doing that. Okay, so we will Solemn Judgment on the Heavy Storm. This is why we play Solemn Judgment, is to stop things like this. I don't want my field to be destroyed. So, that ought to be good to start. Let's see what else. Okay, that's a good monster to attack with. And if it's destroyed in battle, Giant Rat will let me get my Dream Clown. So that'd be really good. Let's see. So let's draw another card. Well, yeah, every turn you want to flip down the Deslakota, because then it's going to keep doing what it does. I'll flip up the Golem Sentry again to return my opponent's monster to the hand. And after that, we'll summon out our Giant Rat. Although, yeah, I could reset. I could set the Magician of Faith, I suppose, and get back my Pot of Greed. But I'd rather just prepare to actually do damage and stuff. So I think that's better. This is really good for later in the duel, but right now I'm fine. Right now we're good, although right now I really just need to get my Dream Clown. I played 3 copies, of course, so I can always have it available. He's just not here just yet, but he will be. He will be. So, let's see. Time Seal. Skip the draw phase of the... Okay, that's fine. I mean, I have Deslakuta, so it doesn't really matter if he plays that. I mean, that might be really good against, other decks, but with our deck, it doesn't matter too much. Because, again, I can just draw a card every turn. Alright. Let's go ahead and draw another card and flip our monster face down. We draw into the Horse level 8, which is really powerful. But it's not a monster we summon over much. So, it's just nice to see it. So let's attack with the Giant Rat and start doing some damage. And I think we have a really good... This is the sort of board you want to see having as much as you can. Because I have a monster that can attack. I have a draw card every turn. I have the ability to put my opponent's monsters back in their hand, which is really useful against a lot of flip effect monsters. And I have the Magician of Faith. And also Book of Moon, so I could flip my Magician of Faith back face down and use her effect again if I wanted to. Which I'm probably going to do. So let's flip up the Magician of Faith so I can try and get into my Dream Clown. I thought that this guy was going to be summoning a lot of big monsters, but I guess he just hasn't drawn any yet, which is kind of odd. I feel like something must be going on with their hand, because they have the field spell, but they don't have anything else, which is just kind of strange. But yes, let's get our Dream Clown so we can finally get our best monster on the field. So we'll summon Dream Clown, and that'll flip my Dream Clown into defense, which will then destroy whatever this is. So now we can actually see what my opponent's trying to keep on their board. Abyssal. Okay, kind of weird that he... Oh, he must have another one. Okay. I think he must have another one of that. And that's what... Well, then again, why he didn't use this? I guess there wasn't anything he can really put back into my hand that will work. But, yeah, this is what we want for our deck. I mean, this is perfectly what we want to see. Let me think. Yeah, let's just keep attacking with the rat for now. Next turn, we can start attacking with our Dream Clown, so I think this is good. And I could flip my Magician of Faith face down, but I don't think I really need to. So, let's just end our turn, and I do have to discard some cards, so... I have to discard 3. Okay, so those 2 is... I get... that's a hard one. I don't really need Horse level 8. I'll just discard that for now. I mean, I already have a good board. I don't think I need to do anything different than that. But this should be... My goodness, sir. I mean, we'll let him go first next duel because, that just seems right. But I'm very surprised that they don't seem to have had a single good draw this whole duel, which is very strange. There's a lot of really good cards in this game. He played Pot of Greed and Graceful Charity, too. So I'm really surprised that they didn't get to summon anything. It's very strange. I mean, this is the whole idea of this deck. I feel a little bad doing this because I really want my opponent to get to play too, because that's the best thing about GOAT format is that, you know, with the speed of it, that both players should be able to do things. And he has his field spell. He could be able to summon his big monsters. I guess he doesn't have... Okay, I think I understand now. He's trying to get into his copy of... He's trying to get, like, MST, Mystic Space Typhoon, so we can get rid of my stumbling spell, because once he does, that's definitely going to hurt me. And yeah, I'll just end my turn again. So how many cards do I have to discard now? 2 of them. Okay, I'll just discard the cards I really don't need right now. That's just fine. All right. So okay, so now he's taking. So maybe this time he's actually drawn something. I actually feel kind of bad here. You know, because I feel like my opponent has something really cool they want to do. But unfortunately, they're just not able to do it because they haven't drawn the right cards or something. Also, the fact that I can just keep, you know, flipping my monsters into defense and putting the Cyber Jar back in their hand. It's not a good matchup for my opponent, I think. So I'll keep doing what I'm doing, though, because that's what you do. I would like to see... Actually, there is one thing I would like to do to show this part off. So I'm going to use Book of Moon on the Magician of Faith and flip it face up again. This will let me get my Pot of Greed back. Let's see. Because one really cool card in this deck is Horus, the Black Flame Dragon level 6, who's immune to all spell cards, which means you can actually just normal summon it and not worry about stumbling or any of the other cards in our deck. So I think we'll attempt to get into that, I think, is the best option here. Okay, there it is. Discarding cards I don't need. And then we shall normal summon Horus the Black Flame Dragon level 6. And that should be good for dealing some damage to my opponent. Alright, so we'll attack with our Horus Dragon. And then we'll attack with our Giant Rat. And we should be pretty good. I mean, I have a lot of cards in case something goes wrong. I don't think there's anything my opponent can do that'll stop this. Although I am looking forward to the next duel, and hopefully my opponent can show what they were really trying to do here. I think if they go... Okay, hold on. You know what? In the spirit of good play here, I'm going to go ahead and allow the Giant Trunade, because I think it's just fine. Alright, so my opponent is going to pay 800 for Premature Burial. What monster do you have? I guess it's Abyss Soldier here. That seems to be the only strong monster in the graveyard, so okay. But this is fine, you know. I mean, I have enough cards to come back, like, pretty much no matter what they do. But yeah, this way we can at least see a little bit of my opponent trying to do. Okay. Oh, the name makes sense now. Okay, so this is what he was trying to do. He just drew into, like, 2 copies of this. I see. Okay. Okay, this is fine, though. I mean, I'm okay with this. Like I said, I really just wanted my opponent to get the ability to do something here. You know, that just felt like the right thing to do. Alright, so now it's going to be our turn. I have a lot of cards in my hand, thankfully. Let's see what we're going to do. I'm going to put my Clown in attack mode. I'm going to normal summon Exiled Force, and I'll use its effect to destroy his Abyss Soldier. And then, let's see, I'm just going to activate Snatch, if I could click it. I'll activate Snatch Steal to steal his Abyss Soldier, and my opponent surrenders the first duel. But that's okay, I understand it completely. That was rather difficult for him. I think I don't need to change anything. Let's let our opponent go first this time and see if they can do what they actually want to do. Now, I did notice the Dragon Lord, and that can be a very, very difficult card to deal with. If things go a certain way, let's see. Not quite as powerful as a hand. We'll see where this will go. I'm going to summon out Breaker, the Magic Warrior. You gain a counter when he's summoned out. And I'll go ahead and use that counter up to get rid of the set card. I mean, if it's time seal, it's whatever is going to happen. Ring of Destruction, okay. That's fair too. I'm going to have to make Premature Burial. I don't want to let my opponent just do whatever they want here. So we'll summon back our monster. I have a feeling this is Cyber Jar, but we'll attack it anyway, just in case. Yes, that's exactly what it is, but that's totally fine. Because that'll let me draw a whole bunch of more cards here, including Stumbling, and I also get my Giant Rat, so I'm okay with this. Let's see. That's quite a lot of good cards they're getting too. Let's see. Okay, that's fine, I think. Alright, so we'll attack into his Gravekeeper monster. Alright, what does this do? Fire a card that will make them discard. Send this card to negate. Okay. Cool. Let's see. Well, he drew into card destruction, so I'm going to activate Stumbling. I'm basically just going to activate as much as possible that I really need. Let me think. I don't really need my Heavy Storm, I don't think. I'm going to set Snatch Steal just in case, and we'll end our turn. Now, if he has his Heavy Storm, that's not good, because he'll destroy all my cards. Although I have a feeling what he's really going to do is return all of our cards and then play card destruction, maybe, after he uses Pot of Greed. He'll try to get rid of all the cards in my hand. Okay. Alright, so he'll take my Giant Rat. That's okay, I think. Legendary Ocean is on the field. Yes. Oh, and he has Daedalus. Does he have the bigger Daedalus? He does. Okay. Well, that is not good. That's actually really bad. That means he's going to be able to... Okay, what is he doing now? Oh, we can activate Premature Burial to get back Daedalus again. Okay. Actually, I think that's game right there. Okay. All right, well, I'm actually happy for this. My opponent got to do what they wanted to do this second duel, so that's cool. We got to see what Ocean Lord does. Okay. So, good game to them, but now it's time for the third duel. And now we just hit our opponent as much as we can. Because now we know how powerful his cards are. I don't need to be, what's the word? I don't need to, I wouldn't say going easy on them, but I need to just hit them with everything we have. So we'll activate Level Limit Area B here. And, let's see. Should I set Heavy Storm? I don't think it really matters, so I'll just end my turn there. I think so. But yeah, this is how our deck... the first duel we saw exactly what we wanted to do. The second duel, my opponent got to show exactly what they're trying to do. So now we have a really good understanding of what, both of us are trying to do with this. And we'll see where it goes. I mean, I'm hoping with Morphing Jar I can draw into my Stumbling spell and things like that. We shall see. Unfortunately, I don't have my Solemn Judgment. Maybe I should have teched in my third copy just in case. But considering how the first duel went, I have a feeling my opponent's deck, it's not as consistent as they might want it to be, perhaps. Okay, let me think about this. I'm going to set the Magician of Faith. I'm going to flip up Morphing Jar, which will make both players discard their hands and then draw new cards, which I think they might appreciate. Alright, there's a Stumbling spell. That's good. I'm not going to play it just yet, because I'd rather just... Well, I guess it doesn't really matter right now, because I can't summon anything else. I'll activate Stumbling, and we'll go from there. We'll attack with our Morphing Jar. Not a lot of damage, but it's a start. It's a start. So, we'll see where this is going to go, because now I have Stumbling on the field. So even if he summoned out Daedalus again, I should be okay. Let me think. Yeah, I don't really know what my opponent's face-down cards would be in this situation. Maybe I could have kept Heavy Storm after all. Hard to say. Okay. That's fine. So we're going to summon out our Dream Clown. Because of Stumbling, it'll be switched to defense position. And then I can destroy my opponent's monster. Let's see. Again with the Cyber Jar. I mean, at least that part of his deck is very consistent. Let's see. There's nothing in my grave I can really get back, and I can't normal summon Horus at all, so I'm just going to keep attacking with the Morphing Jar for now and see where this goes. I could flip this face down if I really needed to, draw even more cards. We'll see how the next turn goes first. That is an important thing about GOAT format, is you got to be very careful with like what you play, when you play it. One card I'd really like to play, if we could draw into that card, is what was it? Oh yeah, the Labyrinth of Nightmare spell, which basically allows me to flip my monsters into attack mode during my end phase. It's really powerful in this deck. And let's see. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to activate the Book of Moon on our Morphing Jar. As much as I like Horus, the Black Flame level 8. I think, that's a hard, I think, yeah, I will stop that. This might seem wasteful, but if he's worried about me reusing this, it's probably a good idea to reuse our Morphing Jar. So, that's what we're going to do. That's why I can draw into other cards I can use. Let's see. Okay, that works. That works just fine. Let's see. I have a normal summon, so let's summon Breaker, the Magic Swordsman. He'll gain the counter. Now, because of level limit, my monster goes to defense no matter what I do. But that's okay. I don't need high-level monsters right now except for level 6 to deal damage to my opponent. And this way, yeah, I don't waste my Mystic Space Typhoon. That'll be good. So I activate Reinforcer of the Army to get another Dream Clown. I will mention we are playing Big Shield Gardener for things, but right now that's not the time to use that. Let's see. Okay. I guess we can at least attack with his monsters and see what it is. I have a feeling it's... Okay, it's Magician of Faith. That works too. So he'll get back his legendary Ocean spell that he wants. Okay. That's fine. That's cool. That's really cool. See, I want to keep drawing into things. So we're going to flip up the Magician of Faith again. And this will give me back Book of Moon. That way I can reset Morphing Jar again. Because I just feel like this will work just fine. So we're going to activate Book of Moon again. There's a chance he's playing Nobleman of Crossout, but you know it's fine if he does, I suppose. I think we again have a nice board on our board. Our deck seems to be just a little bit more consistent than theirs. Not by a not terrible amount, but it seems to be that I'm able to build my board a little easier than they are. You know, that's the thing about what was it called? Daedalus. Okay, if you're going to try and summon that, I'm going to activate my Mystic Space Typhoon to destroy Premature Burial. I don't want him to get Daedalus on the field, because if he does, he can destroy my board. Because he has the field spell, I do remember. So I think that was definitely the best option here. Okay. Okay, this works. Alright, so you'll get the Legendary Ocean again. Let's see what we draw into. Oh, wait, I don't get a draw phase this turn, that's right. Difficult. I'm going to flip Dream Clown into defense mode. That'll get Sangan off. Okay. We'll add Gravekeeper's Watch. It would probably have a spell trap or Musket that could make them discard when it resolves. Oh, because I can stop morphing. Okay. If that's the case, I'm going to set Death's Lakuta. And I kind of wish I could put my Breaker in attack mode, but it literally won't work. And I could flip summon Morphing Jar, but now he's got a card to stop that. So for now, we'll just attack for the Magician of Faith. And well, actually, maybe I should just... Actually, I am going to flip Morphing Jar here. Because this will actually be blocked. He can't actually use his one card. Now, Knight Assailant. Okay, that's a strong card. It'll get him back as a Magician. Okay. I think that's fine for now. Okay, that works. Alright, we'll end our turn for now and see where this goes. Because, yeah, thanks to our morphing jar, my opponent's lost a lot of the cards in their deck. I don't think he's lost enough to loot, like, have nothing left, because he clearly has Pot of Greed. But he certainly lost a lot of his stuff. Okay. Giant Trunade, getting back the ocean so you can play it again, yes. Okay. Snatch Steal to steal my clown. Oh dear, he is going to do that thing again, isn't he? Oh no, I don't think I can stop this. That's not good. Well, that is unfortunate. Unfortunately, my opponent got his Daedalus again. I feel a little silly because I did say how my deck was more consistent, but clearly his deck can do this as well. I'm not totally out of it yet, I don't think. I have a, let's see, what can I draw into here? Oh, that helps. I'll activate my Snatch Steal to steal his Dragon Lord. This will at least let me keep playing. I don't know if this will win the duel or not, because he will get life points back during each standby phase. So, depending on what draws could determine where this is going to go. But that was a really good card to draw into. Let's see, he will get back... Oh, that is true. I really need to draw another monster. Because if he has his Serpent... Oh, and he drew into Heavy Storm. Okay, well that will be the end of the duel then. Alright, well, we gave it our best shot. We got to at least see what the deck is about. So, let's go ahead for the end screen and we'll talk more about clan control. Alright everyone, so clan control unfortunately only went one duel out of 3. It's partly my own fault. I could have tacked in some different cards there. I got a little, what's the word? I got a little too much hubris there, thinking that I could stop his monsters however I'd like. So definitely I had some cards that could have stopped that with Boil Oppression and things like another Solemn Judgment. That's just on my fault. I should have teched out my level limits, but that's my own fault, not the deck's fault. Because clan control is actually fairly effective, as you can tell. You know, once you start getting your monsters on the board and you can start flipping them face up and face down every turn, you can really interrupt what your opponent's trying to do. You know, you get Deslocuta and you can draw cards. You get your Golem Sentry to keep bouncing your opponent's cards. You get your Dream Cloud to destroy their monsters every turn. It's really very effective once it gets started. Now, as you can tell, things like Heavy Storm and Giant Trunade can make this difficult for you. And we definitely have a weakness to, like, you know, cards to destroy everything on the board. But in Go format, those are rather limited, so I definitely could have played better around those. That's just my own fault. So, I hope everyone enjoyed seeing clan control regardless. If you did, don't forget to hit like button and things like that. And let us know what you think of this particular deck. It's an interesting build, and I think it's kind of neat. So, here's the deck list for anyone who's curious about this. Curious to see how this deck works. So, for our main deck, we play the 1 copy of Horus level 8. Very rarely summon it, but it will stop all my opponent's spells. 2 copies of Horus the Black Flame level 6, which is our main attacking monster. He's immune to all spell cards, so he's pretty useful in conjunction with level limit and stumbling. 1 breaker for removing spell traps. 3 copies of Giant Rat, because it allows me to summon out Dream Clown. 1 copy of Exiled Force. 1 Golem Sentry for bouncing cards. 1 copy of Big Shield Gardener for surprising my opponents. It's for if they're trying to play Quasi Designator and stuff like that. 3 of the Dream Clown is our main monster. Every time it's changed to face-up defense mode, it will destroy an opponent's card. We'll have our Sandkin for searching even more cards. Deslocuta for drawing cards. Morphing Jar for drawing our cards as well. Magician of Faith for recovering our spells. We have Heavy Storm if we happen to go second and our opponent's playing a similar deck to ours. We have the usual cards of Delinquent Duo and Pot of Greed and Grateful Charity as well. 2 copies of Reinforcement of the Army to search the clan as well. 1 Mystic Space Typhoon, 2 Books of Moon to flip our monsters face down and reduce their effects. You can also flip Dream Clown and then flip it face up on your opponent's turn and then use Stumbling on it, which it's another option. So it's a really good card. 2 copies Level Limit Area B. I do kind of wish that Dream Clown was level 4, because then you could, put him face up. He immediately goes face into defense mode. So you basically get to destroy a monster every turn, but sadly that's not the case. But yeah, we have 2 of that, 3 copies of Stumbling to change our monsters to defense, 2 copies of the Messenger of Peace, which is another card that's just useful if my opponent's playing a lot of big beat stick monsters. 1 Snatch Steal to steal stuff, a Premature Burial to revive monsters. We have Torrential Tribute, Labyrinth of Nightmare Trap, which is really useful once Dream Crown gets on the board. 1 Call the Haunted, and 2 Solemn Judgments. As for the, we don't play an extra deck because that's not really a thing every Goat format deck does. But we have things in the side deck like Desert Sunlight, which can just change our monsters to face up defense position and activate Dream Crown and stuff. Royal Command is here. We don't want to play out split monsters for whatever reason. If my opponent's playing too many of them, that sort of thing. But this is more of a generic thing to stop a lot of decks. We have things like Royal Oppression to negate special summons, which I really should have put in that 3rd duel, and that's my own fault. But that's neither here nor there. Another Solemn Judgment to stop more field nukes, and 2 copies of Curse of Royal, which does stop certain things like Breaker and Mystic Space Typhoon, but it doesn't stop Heavy Storm. But if you want more protection for your back row cards, this is what you use. So thank you again, everyone, for watching another episode of 100 Days of Yu-Gi-Oh! Tomorrow is the 3rd day of Goat format week, and we have another deck sent into us. And this is another dark theme deck. I think it's called Dark Return or something. It's got ninjas and Ghost Destroyers and other cool dark monsters in it. So we'll look forward to that tomorrow. So until next time, Spooky Memphis is signing out. I'll see you guys again tomorrow with more Yu-Gi-Oh! Action. Until next time, everyone, you have a lovely day, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Take care until then.